Hi everybody, thanks for joining me for another tutorial in Melinda's Rubber Room. I'm Melinda Pierce and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I'm here today to show you how to make a 6-panel card. So we are going to be using the Splendid Autumn Designer Series paper. This is a 6x6 paper and it's brand new for the mini catalog, so that's good September through December. It has wonderful prints on one side and just kind of a watercolor wash on the other. So you can really use these any time of the year. So just wanted to show you real quickly some of those patterns. Really pretty patterns. I really like this one with the wheat. Okay, so we are going to start with a piece of cardstock that measures 8.5 by 5.5 and it's scored at 4 1/4. And this is Cajun Craze. And then we have a mat that is crushed curry. That's going to go on the front. We have a piece of white cardstock. These both measure 4 inches by 5 1/4. Okay, and then we have a piece of Designer Series paper, and this measures 4.5 by 3 3/4. So this is 3 3/4 by 4.5. So we want our panels to go from left to right. So we're going to cut these into 3/4 inch strips. So I'm just going to start at the top. I'm going to try to keep these in order so I don't get confused. Okay, and then in order to keep my strips fairly equally spaced, I'm going to take a piece of contrasting cardstock and I'm just going to cut 1/16 of an inch strip. So it's going to be really tiny, but it's basically right at the edge of your cutting channel. So right where that gray edge lines up. Let me turn it this way. So it's a super tiny strip, just like that. Okay, so I'm going to bring my crushed curry back in, and I have my strips of Designer Series paper all lined up here, and I'm going to raise every other one with dimensionals. So I think I'm going to start at the bottom. So I'm going to start these two and then this one. This will actually help you keep track of your strips as well. Okay, so I'm going to take my 1/16 strip and I'm just going to put that right down on the bottom. I'm not going to glue that on because I'm going to use it later. But I'm going to take my first strip. Go ahead and take your adhesive backings off. Okay, and put your black strip back on. And these strips are going to be centered on your card, so you don't have to worry as much about that, but you do need to make sure that you have the right space in between each of the strips. You can just eyeball it if you want, but if you want to make sure that it's even, just go ahead and use that 1/16 of an inch strip. Okay. Need to bring this side down a little. Okay, and I'm going to put my strip back down and lay my next piece down. Just lining the left and the right side up with the one that I've already put down, and then butting up my strip of paper right next to that 1/16 strip. Lay that back down again. Okay, so there is that final card front, and you can see that it's got some dimensional on those 3 panels. You can, of course, lay them all just flat if you choose to as well. So I'm just going to take my card base and attach it to that. I'm going to take my white piece, and because I have extra Designer Series paper left over, so this came, I believe, from this side of the Designer Series paper, I'm just going to cut those into a couple of strips so that I can decorate my inside of my envelope, or the inside of my card, I'm sorry. And then I'll just glue that to the inside of my card. Oh, I think I'm going to leave that blank. I'm going to make this into a thank you card. So let me go find a greeting and I will be right back. Okay, so I'm using the thank you from the Simply Said stamp set, and I'm using the die from Unbounded Love. So I'm just going to go ahead and take that, and I think I'll put it on the top here since there's kind of some unused space there. I'm going to raise that up on dimensionals, and this piece is not raised up either, so that's kind of a good way to determine where to put your greeting. You could actually stamp it directly on there. This gives it a little bit more dimension. All right, then I kind of feel like it needs some bling in there, so let me see what I can find. I'm going to use the Earth Tones Shimmer Gems. So this goes really nice with that Designer Series paper. These are really nice. They're not too bulky. And they already have the adhesive on there, so that makes it nice. I think I'm just going to kind of sprinkle these on here to add a little bit more color in this area that doesn't have as much. Let's see. Maybe right down here. Okay, and there's that completed card. Hope you enjoyed that quick little tutorial. This is a class that I did on my Wednesday Zoom class. So if you'd like more information on my upcoming Zoom classes, please feel free to join me over my Facebook page at facebook.com/Melinda Pierce. Melinda's Rubber Room. If you'd like to make any purchases on the products that I showed you today, you can do so on my online store at melindapierce.stampinup.net. Thank you. Have a great day. Bye-bye.